Hi, all. I'm going to read off the Seeker's Bill of Rights, but when I get to number 5, it's going to have to be reworded. Okay? But anyway, starting out. Seeker Bill of Rights. The Seeker's Bill of Rights. This is for somebody that is seeking knowledge on the path of spirituality, witchcraft, Wicca, paganism. And these became about in the between because of things that happened in the 70s and 80s. In 1998, Charles Mars had this copyrighted. Seeker's Bill of Rights. Number 1, the right to verify credentials. The seeker shall not be obstructed from sustaining claims made by a teacher or a group. In the case, the elders that were inspired to create the tradition, meaning whoever the lineage of the tradition is that you're seeking. And that can be interpreted. I'll add more to that in a second. But in the case, the elders that were inspired to create this new tradition, the seeker has the right to know the circumstances surrounding the inception of that tradition. So, if you, the seeker, are going to a group, mystery school, coven, anything like that, you have the right to ask what their traditions are and what they're based on. The right to anonymity. As a seeker, if you prefer you not to be there in public view of who you are and what you identify as, that is your right. Seekers have the right to keep their involvement in the occult a secret to preserve their personal and professional lives. I understand in this day and age it's getting harder and harder to do. It is, but it ain't. It depends on if you're proud of your path or if you're in a area to where you cannot. Because again, this is a very fine gray line that we walk. And I shouldn't have to go into detail on that one. Because the majority of us receive the attention from the negative attention that we're not wanting. So, number 3, the right to financial stability. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into taking financial obligations or burdens on behalf of the teacher or the group. Again, seekers shall not be required or coerced into taking on any financial burdens on behalf of a teacher or a group. Number 4, the right to compensation for professional goods and services. So even as a seeker, you have tools. We have gifts. Seekers have the right to be paid for their goods, produce, and skills and or labor from which they would normally receive an income. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into providing discounts for teachers or groups. Number 5, the right to your I don't want to get penalized by saying any of this. The right to your freedom to express who you are and how you are. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into providing relations with unwanting persons. Nor shall the seekers be restricted from with consenting adults. And I don't think I need to break down on that, because that is a different, that can go into a different category. So, that being said, number 6, the right to physical well being. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into submitting to any form of physical abuse or injury. You should not have to create pain to make yourself see enlightenment. And if somebody's telling you otherwise, second guess that. And yeah. All right. Where was I at? Number 7, the right to abide by the law. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into any illegal acts whatsoever. And again, yeah, these things had to be wrote down because things like this happened back in the 70s and 80s during this time, when another frame of error where witchcraft got its bad name from again. Number 8, the right to consistency. Seekers have the right to expect consistency in policies by teachers or group. Seekers should not be formally... Wait, let me reread that. Seekers have the right to expect consistency from a teacher or a group. Seekers should be formally informed in a timely manner about any policy changes. Seekers have the right to expect consistency in policies by a teacher or group. Seekers should be formally informed in a timely manner with any policy changes. The right to separation with impunity. Seekers have the right to discontinue association with any teacher or group without fear of harassment or reprisal. And so many of us don't. So many of us, after we leave, feel that. And that is wrong. The right to be at peace with one's conscience. Seekers shall not be required or coerced into committing any action contrary to their own sense of ethics or morality. So again, as you walk this path, if you have not been told, it's very good for you to set your own morality clause, your own ethic statement, your own I am statement, and your own board and book of ethics for your practice. And these can be done within your books of shadows. But again, that is the Seeker's Bill of Rights. And teachers don't like it when I throw that at them. Blessed be my loved ones.